spending money on daily collagen feels like a smart health investment.
But if your internal environment is blocked,
You are simply delivering premium bricks to a flooded construction site. The real issue is rarely a lack of building materials.
It is a silent biological process called glycation.
Every time you experience a blood sugar spike from refined carbs or everyday snacks, those rogue sugar molecules act like a thick, sticky syrup inside your body.
They bind directly to the proteins in your knees.
This spontaneous reaction creates advanced glycation end products, fittingly known as AGEs.
Over time, this microscopic syrup dries and hardens.
It transforms the elastic, shock-absorbing fibers in your cartilage into stiff, fragile springs that crack under the slightest pressure.
While this sugary coating destroys your existing tissue,
It also guarantees any new supplements you swallow will meet the exact same fate.
To break this vicious cycle, you must introduce a very specific, cheap ingredient that acts like literal steel bolts for your deteriorating cartilage. Hidden in plain sight in the produce aisle is a cheap, largely ignored vegetable
that acts as literal steel bolts for deteriorating cartilage.
It is called chayote squash. Most people walk right past it, completely unaware that it holds massive concentrations of organic silicon and manganese. These two specific elements are mandatory to physically connect individual collagen fibers together.
think of your joints like a massive suspension bridge.
You can lay down all the heavy steel beams you want,
But without the precise bolts to lock them into place,
the entire structure collapses under its own weight. Chayote provides those bolts.
It weaves independent protein strands into a resilient, three-dimensional shock absorber.
Capable of handling decades of daily impact.
crucially, it delivers these vital minerals with an incredibly low glycemic load.
You get the heavy-duty structural reinforcement without ever triggering the damaging sugar spikes that ruin tissue elasticity. Yet, even with the absolute best materials and the strongest bolts, your knees might still be starving due to a surprising failure happening much further up your digestive tract. You could be eating a flawless diet packed with high-quality protein, yet your joints are completely starving for repair materials. The culprit is a counterintuitive failure happening right inside your stomach. As we age, stomach acid quietly and naturally declines. This invisible drop means those nutrient-dense meats and eggs are only being partially digested. The vital sulfur-containing amino acids, the exact biological cement needed to fuse joint tissue together, never actually make it into your bloodstream. Instead, they remain trapped in your gut, causing silent inflammation, while your knees continue to grind and wear down. The fix is hiding in a tropical fruit you probably rarely buy. Papaya contains a highly specialized enzyme called papain. Eating fresh papaya before a protein-heavy meal acts like a biological skeleton key. It aggressively pre-digests the food, unlocking those trapped sulfur bonds, and finally, flooding your system with the amino acids your cartilage desperately needs. Combine that papaya with the raw vitamin C from whole berries, and you ignite a massive collagen synthesis engine. But generating these building blocks is only half the battle. They are completely useless if the master repair switch in your body is turned off, a switch controlled by an organ you would never associate with your legs. The absolute last place most people look when trying to fix severe joint pain is the right side of their abdomen. Yet, the undeniable biological connection between your liver and your leg mobility is impossible to ignore. When your liver is overworked, even slightly sluggish from the hidden fructose in innocent-looking natural fruit juices, it shifts into emergency survival mode. To handle this underlying toxic load, it immediately drops non-essential tasks. One of the first things it shuts down is the production of a specific hormone called IGF-1. This is the master biological signal that instructs your body to repair cartilage damage while you sleep.
Without adequate IGF-1 flowing through your veins, your knees are stuck in a permanent state of wear and tear.
Simply because they never received the chemical command to rebuild. You can clear the sticky sugar syrup and absorb all the premium sulfur in the world. But without a functioning liver, the overnight repair crew never shows up to work.
However, even when that signal is finally restored, there is a strict 40-minute countdown.
That dictates whether those nutrients actually penetrate your knees or go completely to waste.
Here is a biological quirk that shocks almost everyone. Your articular cartilage does not have a single blood vessel. Unlike your muscles or organs, there are no veins pumping fresh nutrients directly into your knee tissue.
Instead, your joints feed through a mechanical process that acts exactly like a physical sponge.
The only way to push circulating vitamins, sulfur, and silicon into the cartilage is through the actual compression and decompression of the joint. If you eat a perfectly engineered joint repair meal and then just sit on the couch,
Those premium nutrients simply float by in your bloodstream and eventually get filtered out.
They never reach the target.
To capture them, you must time your intake precisely 40 minutes before performing targeted, low-impact movements.
A simple, static wall sit creates the exact pressure needed to pump your synovial fluid.
This mechanical squeezing forces those circulating raw materials deep inside the tissue,
Locking them in place so your body can finally rebuild your knees from the inside out.
Rebuilding your knees is not about chasing the next expensive miracle supplement or accepting a slow decline.
it is about clearing the sugary syrup from your joints.
Supplying the biological steel of silicon and sulfur.
Unburdening your liver to finally send the repair signal.
And timing your movements to soak it all up. Your body already possesses a relentless drive to regenerate.
You do not have to force it to heal with extreme outside interventions.
You simply have to remove the hidden obstacles.
Step out of the way and let it do exactly what it was designed to do.
What you drinking? 2 shots, let's pour it out. I know what you're thinking, but tomorrow won't come for us. This life that we're living, Ain't never gonna give it up. Double shot for the gifted, one more for us. There you go, drink it up. All this love in a cup. Yeah, we go slow, we go fast. Yeah, we can't get enough. We stay all day, all night, living in paradise. Remember, you don't get it twice. The time of your life.